Well, with such dull and annoying characters, you probably expect the plot will just be more of the same, yes? Unsurprisingly, that proves to be the case during all 13 episodes I've had to suffer through. And I think it is only fair that you should share my pain. Enjoy! As previously stated, the plot revolves around the dolls of Rozen, who are locked in a deadly and violent struggle to become the perfect girl. And just how do they achieve this state? Well, apparently, each doll carries a Rosa Mystica, the mystical essence that gives them their life force, and if one were to collect all 7, she becomes Alice, who is the epitome of purity and grace. That sounds exciting, doesn't it? Oh, I just love a good blood sport! The violence is truly spectacular! But not only do these dolls not take each other's Rosa Mystica, they actually live under the same roof and have fun at the expense of June. The only one actively interested in this epic contest is Swig and Toe. The others merely spend their days playing and forgetting that they're supposed to be destroying each other. That's pretty bad, when even the ones created to drive the plot forward show no interest in it, and it is made worse by the fact that nothing happens for all of 11 episodes! Another plot point is June and his interactions with the dolls. As he spends more time with them, he supposedly begins to overcome his fears of the outside world and gains more and more confidence, enough perhaps to rejoin school. Really? The way to get a need back on the streets is to have him spend time with 4 animated dolls who do nothing but piss him off? I must have missed something because nothing about that makes any sort of sense! He doesn't need dolls, he needs a bloody therapist! Well, despite the stupidity of it, by the end of the first season, June does indeed become more outgoing and less of an ass. Take that logic, you sensible and reasonable bitch! And just when you think things couldn't get any dumber, the later episodes actually lead us to believe that June has feelings for Shinku. Take this scene where he has to mend her torn dress and she takes it off. He actually gets embarrassed. She's a doll, you idiot! This isn't charming, it's pathetic! Not to mention that the mechanics of it would be impossible. Now it's stuck in my head. To the pros and cons. Hurry! Now we shall see how Rozen Maiden ultimately fares out. The problems with it are numerous, foremost of which is its incredibly dull episodes. They hardly ever do anything, and even when they do, it's always just silly shenanigans and useless bickering. I would also like to point out Swig and Toe's interminable hate speeches before she actually attacks her sisters. Those really set me off!
ちょっと挨拶しただけ。それより、どうしてゲームの敗者がここにいるのかしらね。
Get on with it!
ひなイチゴ。負けたドールは、勝ったドールにローザミスティカを渡し。
Get on with it!
Get on with it! Yes! Get on with it! Get on with it!
The characters are of course annoying, the only truly acceptable ones being Shinku and Nori. The king of the crap is of course June. Oh, how I hate him! The musical score is also quite generic, especially the beginning song, which is done by Ali Project, the artists of Code Geass's ending song and of Noir's beginning song. We get it! All your songs sound the same! Stop making more! Finally, the art style seems a little rough and angular. The hair seems more like geometrical shapes, and the design of the characters are slightly off. But for all its flaws, there are still some good points to Rozen Maiden. The outfits of the dolls are quite lovely, and remain true to the Victorian dress style, a point for historical accuracy. Also, the performance of Shinku and her sisters as June's bridge back to reality, although nonsensical, actually manages to be believable and touching. You really feel that he becomes a better person because of them. It's like the administrative institutions of any given government. It's utter nonsense, but it works! Lastly, the comedy is quite good. They may be a little childish, but that's precisely why we laugh. It is always nice to be reminded of our pretend plays with dolls, especially when seeing the dolls give grief to June. That just makes my day! But I still found the show to be exceedingly dull and nonsensical. There's no structure, vague plots, and generally annoying characters. My final verdict for Rozen Maiden is a 4.5 out of 10. I recommend you ignore the anime and move right ahead with the manga. Or, if you must insist on torturing yourself, only watch it with the intention of seeing the apparently superior second season. Trust me, it's probably worth it. Until next time, I am your cheerful torturer, the Anti-Viewer!